Hi everyone, welcome to this short training video and introduction to Northeastern University London. My name's Dan Rolfe, I'm the Director of Enrolment Management here at NU London, and it's my pleasure over the next few series of slides to introduce you to Northeastern and explain a little bit more about the university, talk specifically about Northeastern University London, our campus and university here in the UK, talk a little bit more about our programs, what it's like to study here, and for the students that you're supporting to help you to understand how they can gain admission to Northeastern London, some more information about entry requirements and fees. Before we get into that though, initially I just wanted to say, firstly, welcome to the campus. You can see where I'm located here today. We're in the heart of London on the River Thames with Tower Bridge in the background. This is Northeastern University London, the UK campus of Northeastern, but also a university within its own right, so with UK university status here in the United Kingdom. Northeastern University London as part of a network of campuses that make up Northeastern University and our global campus network. And we have 3 undergraduate campuses across the globe, one here, NU London, and then 2 in the US. In Boston, which was actually our founding campus and where Northeastern University originates from, and then in Oakland on the West Coast in California. You'll see here that we also have more campuses spread across the US and Canada, and they're growing all the time. These are postgraduate campuses, including here in London and in Boston and Oakland, where we offer master's programs tailored to the demands of the cities and the countries that we find ourselves located in. Northeastern itself was founded in 1898, and it's gained a reputation as a global experiential research university. So experiential learning by doing, is in the heart of everything we do, whatever campus your students go on to study at. And our global network allows students to study across the US, Canada and the UK, and it gives them the options of either enrolling in a UK program in London or a US awarded program in the US or Canada. I hope you're going to enjoy the training today, find it really useful. We're going to focus on the London campus in particular and the UK degrees that we award here in London. But of course, we'll be very happy to talk you through in other sessions, the other campuses in our network. And many of our students do spend some time across multiple campuses as part of their Northeastern journey. So let's get into that now. So we just looked at Northeastern University and we learned that we have campuses across the US, Canada and the UK. So now let's focus here on Northeastern University London, which is Northeastern's European hub based here in the heart of the City of London. The campus here is made up of a unique community of just over 2,200 learners. And if those learners come from 97 different nationalities, we have a really diverse staff and student population here on the London campus. Within the London campus, we offer a number of different programs. We offer undergraduate degrees, postgraduate taught programs, PGR, PhD programs. We also offer apprenticeship degrees, short courses, and we support students from our Boston and Oakland campus to come over and do a short period of study as part of their global degree program. But when a student comes here, if they're doing their full degree at Northeastern University London, they'll be awarded a UK degree at the end of the program. So whether that's a 3-year undergraduate degree or a 1-year taught master's, if they're coming here for their full program, they'll study on the UK system and they'll be awarded a UK degree at the end of it. We've been here in London offering these degrees since 2012, and we've been teaching our 3-year undergraduate degree throughout that whole duration. Over the years, we've also added in our 1-year taught masters, our 3-year PhD program, and we've been supporting students from our Northeastern campuses in the US to come here for up to 1 year as part of a 4-year program in the US. Here in London, when our students graduate, they are part of the wider Northeastern network and family. They join over 300,000 alumni that are based across 170 countries. And they also interact with our employer network. They'll be working with our employers all the way through their degree, but when they graduate, they continue to have access to over 3,000 employers where they're thinking about the next step after Northeastern. So now we've talked a little bit more about NU London, let's look specifically at what the campus is like here in the UK. So let's now talk about the campus here in London, and welcome to the campus. The backdrop today, as you can see behind me, is the River Thames and Tower Bridge. This is the main campus building for Northeastern University London, Devon House, where I'm based today, which is right on the river with really enviable views of the river, the bridge, the Tower of London, and a crossover into the city. We're really lucky to be based here. We're in St Catherine Docks. It's a working dock on the river, as I mentioned. It's a lovely waterside community. It's all pedestrianised and students can walk around the campus, the Docklands area if they're grabbing a coffee, heading out for lunch. It's a really nice place to be studying, great views when they're taking their classes or some private study in between lessons. We're also in really close proximity to the City of London. This helps massively in terms of our students being able to engage with employers, those employers coming into our campus and helping on our programs, and also our students going out and working with them, whether that's on experiential learning, internships, or our Northeastern Co-op program, our cooperative with employers, where our students are placed in organisations as part of their degree. So we're really lucky to be here with some large multinational global companies, as well as things like the London Stock Exchange, and of course a number of other NGO, government body sector and other private sector businesses that are all based here in the city. We started here in Devon House 3 years ago, but already we're an expanding multi-site campus, and our students will also spend time over in our Portsoken campus, which is about 10 minutes away from here on foot, as well as in our Vine Street incubator, where a number of small and medium-sized enterprises are based. It's our startup hub where students can work with entrepreneurs, with small and medium-sized businesses to help them launch new products and work on their business ventures. So it's somewhere it's really immersive for our students and another part of our campus. We also have partner halls of residence very close by, again, around 15 to 20 minutes on foot from where I'm sitting now. Our students will have our student halls of residence, which they can live in throughout their time with us here at Northeastern. And there's a well-trodden path between the campus buildings here around the Tower Hill area and the accommodation that's that short walk away from where we're based right now. So everything in close proximity, a growing multi-site campus, but all centred around this Docklands area here in St Catherine Docks. I mentioned a moment ago how close we are to the rest of the city. We are really here in the heart of it. If you're familiar with London, you'll probably be familiar with this landscape already. We're there, number one on the map. You can see, as I mentioned, and as you can see over my shoulder, the proximity to Tower Bridge and the Tower of London. Our other campuses are located around points 3 and 2 on the map there. And then you've got the city over on the right-hand side in 9 and 10. And a number of other iconic cultural landmarks that you can see in the background over towards the Shard and into central London. And this is really the classroom for our students. The London comes into Northeastern and works with our students and our faculty here, and our students go out there. So for someone who's coming to study with us here in London, London will be their classroom, and it will be a very immersive part of their studies with us. Next, we're going to look a little bit more about our programs and see what students can actually study when they're here with us. Now let's talk about our undergraduate degrees that we offer here at NU London. The degrees you can see on the slide is our current offering of single and joint honours subjects that students can choose when they're applying to us. These programs are 3-year UK awarded degrees that students will apply to when they're submitting their application to NU London. You'll see here it's a real mixture of business, economics, law, and then subjects like politics, data science, psychology. We have some subjects that are already paired together, like computer science and business, for example. And we're also launching a new program for 2025, which is culture, technology, and global challenges. We're adding programs all the time, so this list will continually expand, but this will give you a good indication of the programs that are available for your students to apply to. Why these programs are different to other UK offerings and why students might want to come to Northeastern in particular is because these programs have a lot of optionality built in. We call these pathways or elective subjects, and students can choose these when they're making their course selection. Unlike other institutions in the UK, where we really stand out here is that up to 50% of our courses can be customized. So for example, a business student could decide that they only want to study business throughout their time with us, and that's absolutely fine. But they may also want to take some classes from other areas that in this list. They may want to bring in some law, some economics, some psychology, or they might want to pick from our even larger list of electives and pathways, which could include things like sociology and criminology or anthropology, for example. It could include some science, mathematics, engineering subjects, things that are very different to what we teach here as a full degree. So there's lots of options, and students will be assigned an academic advisor, and their advisor will help them to pick out their program based on what they're enjoying, what they're good at, and also maybe thinking about what it is they're going to do when they leave us at the end of their 3-year program. The other thing that stands out with these programs is that whilst they are UK degrees, students have 2 options when they're with us. They can take a period of study abroad at one of our other campuses in the US. So this would be the second half of the second year, studying the subject that they've chosen at NU London, but taking classes in one of our campuses in North America. Also, when students graduate with their 3-year UK degree, with the exception of law, they have the ability to go to the US and complete a 4th and final year and also receive an undergraduate degree from the US. So within 4 years, 2 degrees, a UK degree from NU London and a US degree from Northeastern University. That's our double degree program. Lastly, a final option for undergraduate students when they graduate is also to take an accelerated master's. This will be on one of our campuses, either here in the UK or in the US and Canada, and they'll take a US master's within 1 year. This is based on the electives and courses that they've taken at the undergraduate level. So lots of options, both within the degree program and also afterwards when they've graduated from their UK program. And these are changing all the time. So really good to keep an eye on our website to see new offerings and changes to the elective courses and the pathways that we offer. Next, we'll have a look at the postgraduate degrees that we offer here in London. Now let's have a look at the postgraduate degrees that are on offer here at Northeastern University London. So these are 1 year taught masters awarded here in the UK and taught on the London campus. With the exception of one program, they're all taught here in person, but we do have an online program as well, which I'll talk about in a moment. These degrees change more regularly, and the reason for that is that our master's programs, and this is true of any Northeastern campus and definitely true here in London too, they're tailored to the demand at the moment, the demand from government, from business, from industry, from students. So we look at what's really hot topics, we look at what students are looking for, we look at what employers are looking for, and this helps us shape the offering of the master's programs. So these are quite dynamic and they can change fairly regularly. So again, really worth looking through the website for more information on what we're offering right now. But true as of today, we have a suite of artificial intelligence programs. This is a real strength area for us here at NU London, and these can be paired with computer science, data analytics, ethics, and technology leadership. We also offer degrees in project management, in things like philosophy and artificial intelligence, digital politics, and then we have our contemporary creative writing program, which is our single online program that's taught fully remote. It's the only program that we don't teach here on campus in London. New for 2025, we're also introducing 4 new programs, a suite of 3 management and international business programs, which details will be released very shortly, as well as a new MSc in FinTech, Financial Technology Management. So really excited to be launching those over the next few months. These taught master's degrees, as I mentioned, are a year in duration. They're aligned with industry. And these are available for students both with sometimes a similar but also different academic background. So some of these programs dovetail nicely as a conversion program, as well as in other areas for options for students to actually expand and develop on knowledge they've been gaining at the undergraduate level. These programs here we've been offering in London for several years now. And as I mentioned, we're changing the list up all the time to meet the needs of industry and students. So worth checking on the website what's live today for both our January and our September cohorts. We have 2 cohorts with different programs running at different times in the year to align with when students are graduating from their undergrad programs, or perhaps joining us from industry as they're looking to upskill and retrain, as many of our students do. And next, we're going to talk about experiential learning, which cuts through everything that we do here at Northeastern. Now let's talk about experiential learning here at Northeastern. And this cuts through every single program that we offer. It cuts through every campus, every location around the world. This is really at the heart of what everything we're doing here at Northeastern. In very simple terms, experiential learning is experience through doing, and it's really about bringing the experiences here in our classrooms and on our campuses to life and getting students to engage with their program and the content of their degree from day one. This could be through things like impact challenges, projects with businesses, working on live case studies, solving problems for organizations. It could be doing moot law courts and mock trials. It could be working with charities and NGOs. It cuts through every single program, assessment method, examination that takes place here. And it's really about getting our students engaged in the worlds that they're going either back into or into for the first time after they leave one of our programs, and ensuring that they're ready for that next step, regardless of the industry that they're going into, and also often the changing landscape that they're entering in. We regularly don't know what students are going to face in terms of industries when they finish a 3-year undergraduate degree, for example, but through bringing experiential learning across everything that we're doing, we're setting them up to be able to deal with those challenges and succeed in their chosen career or profession when they finish with us at Northeastern. So it goes all the way through the program, all the way through the student journey, and we have career and experiential learning advisors that are here to help students navigate the options that are available to them and take the most of all the opportunities that we have here on campus. It also is very popular for students to take internships and what we call at Northeastern our cooperative program. Our cooperative program is a co-op with employers, and it's a partnership between Northeastern and over 3,000 employers where our students spend several months in industry working with partners, putting what they're learning here into the classroom into practice. It's a really great opportunity to get into an industry, to get experience firsthand at working in that industry. And that often leads into thoughts about graduate work and what students are going to do after their degree. There's lots and lots on offer for students, but their academic advisor and their careers and experiential learning advisor will help them to navigate all the options and make the most of everything that's on offer for them at their time here at Northeastern. And next, we're going to talk a little bit more about how students can apply and how they can fund their studies with us. So once you have a student that's ready to apply to Northeastern University London, you'll be thinking about the entry requirements and whether they're suitable for one of our programs. So let's cover that now and explain a little bit more about what we're looking for in students that are applying to us here in the UK. So let's start with undergraduate students. For any of our undergraduate programs, we're typically looking for an academic profile of AAB to ABB or equivalent to A levels taken anywhere across the world. In terms of the IB, that would be 35 overall or 665 from any 3 higher level subjects. We take a number of other qualifications like APs, local examinations as well, and you'll find lots of information available about the equivalencies to these sort of standard A-level IB requirements that we've listed on the slide. Alongside the entry requirements for the programme, we'll also be looking at the motivation letter or the personal statement, which tells us why the student wants to come to NU London, and we'll be looking for an assessment of their English language. The motivation letter and the reference are really important for us. We read them and we take them into account when deciding whether to make an offer. The advantage for students is this is a holistic review. While grades are really important and we will make offers very close to the requirements that we're showing you on the screen, we will look at other things, and the motivation letter and the reference could have an impact on our decision to make an offer, particularly for students with a borderline grade profile, but even for students with a strong academic profile, we're still looking for a very strong motivation letter that's really targeted on why NU London, as well as a supporting reference. Now, for postgraduate students, we're looking for them to have completed their undergraduate degree and ideally achieved a 2-1, but a minimum of a 2-2 or above. And again, taking a number of equivalents from countries all across the world. So we are looking for students that have performed well academically, a GPA of around 3, kind of 60%, that kind of benchmark figure. And here again, very, very important that the motivation letter is strong. It's really focused on why NU London, and particularly at the master's level, why the specific subject that the student is looking to study with us. Why are they coming here to do artificial intelligence, for example? I mentioned English language a moment ago. It's the same requirements for undergraduate and postgraduate. For the most common test taken, which is IELTS, it's 6.5 overall with at least 6 in each component. But we do take a number of other recognized English language tests and sometimes some local country equivalents as well. So worth looking at that. In terms of turnaround time, it's very quick here generally at NU London when we receive a full and complete application. So once everything is submitted, which I know you'll do a great job of helping students to get everything in on time, we'll then do the same and hopefully turn that back within kind of 48 hours in a normal kind of 5-day working week. That's the admissions process for NU London. Now let's have a look about the fees that we're asking for from students and the funding available to support them. Now we're going to look at the fees and funding opportunities available for students coming to NU London. So our tuition fees are updated all the time and they're available on our website, both for undergraduate and postgraduate students, and they'll be really clear on there between the domestic and the international fee. In terms of funding, for undergraduate students, we typically have a merit-based scholarship, which students can apply for or be awarded as part of the program. This will be awarded to them when they join us at Northeastern, and it will be valid for their first year. Any award will be clearly marked on their offer letter and on our fees and funding webpage, so they're aware in any given year what funding is available. But the funding that you see today would be typical of funding that students could expect to see in subsequent years, although it does change slightly from year to year. At the postgraduate level, we sometimes have scholarships that are by program or by cohort. I mentioned earlier that we have January and September starts. So some are specific to entry points, some are specific to programs. And we may also have some funding linked to deadlines around acceptance of programs or even submitting applications. The main advice I would give to students and to the students you're supporting is to apply as early as possible. Don't wait for the last deadline, because we may have more funding available earlier in the cycle. This is particularly true at the postgraduate level, and students may be able to avail of even more funding if they've applied early. So recommend applying early. Typically, there's no separate application for funding. This will be considered as part of the main application, and it will be really clear on the student's offer letter or portal or both once they've sort of received that from us. All the latest information will be available on the NU London website, and that'll be live and up to date at the time when you're submitting applications for students. That's fees and funding. It does change a lot. So as I mentioned, keep an eye on the website for the latest and most up-to-date information on what students can expect in terms of scholarships to support them with their program. Thank you for listening to the video today. I'm just going to provide a really quick recap on the key takeaways. So you've heard an introduction to Northeastern University London, which is part of Northeastern University's global network of campuses across the USA, Canada, and the UK. Unique here in London in that we're offering UK awarded programs. Students have options between undergraduate and postgraduate taught across the humanities, the social sciences, business and law. And these programs are highly customizable and flexible to fit around students' students' needs and demands. We really welcome applications from your students and want to take this opportunity to thank you for considering Northeastern University when you're speaking with your students and for giving them the opportunity to discover us and the programs that we're offering here in London. We're really grateful for your support that you give us in growing our campus here in London, and thank you for your partnership. Hope you enjoyed the session, and we look forward to working with you and supporting your students to join us on one of our programs.
Student Recruitment Officer at Ravensbourne University, London. The whole idea of this training is to update you on the unique selling points for Ravensbourne University and how best you are able to use those unique selling points to promote to prospective students, parents, and guardians. Ravensbourne University, London specializes in creative, technology, and business degree. Our creative community of innovators and change makers welcome students from around the world. Our unique strength lies in our excellent links with industry. And as a result, we have been able to partner with global mega brands to produce some of the finest talents in industry. In my later slides, I will be talking about some of the brands that we currently collaborate with. In my next video, I will be talking about why Ravensbourne and some of the unique benefits of your students when they come to Ravensbourne University. Welcome. In this video, we will be talking about why Ravensbourne, what makes us unique, and some of the unique benefits of Ravensbourne University. Now, at Ravensbourne University, we are bold in our way of thinking. In my last video, I did talk about our specialism. We currently blend business, technology, and creativity all together. Our courses have been co-created with industry to meet skill gaps. In my later video, we will be talking about some of the curriculum and how we've been able to develop our curriculum to ensure that it aligns perfectly with industry standards. Right from the very first day your students step foot into the university, they will be presented with real-world opportunities to design briefs, opportunities to solve briefs, to work on briefs, projects, dissertations, and so many things that they are able to work on, all coming from industry. And then also included is the fact that our lecturers are all from industry. They've got the industry's background that they are able to pass on their wealth of experience and knowledge onto students. As well as that, they also come with very fantastic industry connections. We've also got a diverse and welcoming students and staff as well. We've got students from more than 100 countries studying here at Ravensbourne University. I did mention that the university is located in London. We are well connected for students who would want to commute from London to other places in London or even outside of London. Now, looking at our core specialism, we've got creative, technology, and business. But at the center of this all is a truly cross-disciplinary curriculum where students are able to be flexible in their choice of programs. So what that means or what that entails is the fact that students who are studying, for example, fashion are able to take courses in business management, or students studying brand management are able to take courses in cybersecurity, or students studying games are able to take courses in animation or film and TV. So we've got that flexibility all for students to be able to give them, more skills that will enable them to improve on their career prospects. Now, in my next slide, we will be talking about why Ravensbourne and some of the unique statistics in terms of student experience. For example, we are ranked top 5 for university based in London. I mean, that goes to show you the immense work we've been able to ensure that students, when they graduate from the university, are better placed to talk well about the university. Also, in terms of our student employability, we are ranked top 10. And as I did mention earlier, We are home to students from more than 100 countries around the world. And I find this particularly beneficial or advantageous in the sense that students are able to meet students from all the cultures, all the backgrounds, and learn new cultures, learn new backgrounds, make new friends, develop new partnerships that will be sustainable for them later on in their careers. And then looking at this slide, I get asked a lot when I go to events about the prospect for students who study creative degrees, business degrees, or technology degrees. Currently in the UK, the business sector employs more than 32.9 million people, just the business sector alone here in the UK. And then looking at the creative industry, that industry from 2023 has contributed about 124 billion pounds to the UK economy. And also the gaming industry has contributed 760 million pounds to the UK economy. Now, the cybersecurity sector is not left out. By 2029, it's projected that the market would reach 16.8 billion pounds. I mean, that gives you the immense potential for students who study any of these degrees. In my next video, we will be looking at the campus and some of the facilities in the university. Now, talking about our campus, like I mentioned in my previous video, we're located in London. We are now located in what's called the Design District. Now, the interesting thing about the Design District, which I'll be talking much about later, is an ecosystem where you have a lot of creative companies. So students are more likely to kind of benefit from that. Also, looking at our buildings, we've got three main buildings, R1, R2, and R3. And then, like I mentioned in my previous video as well, we are situated right in front of the O2 Arena. And then 2 minutes walk from the university is the North Greenwich Station, which you can see on the screen there. Ravensbourne University is a university, like I mentioned in my previous video, based in London Design District. The Design District is a purpose-built workplace for creative industries. You're looking at the likes of world-leading organizations such as Amazon, Warner Music, and Sony. And then the interesting thing about all this is that they are all based a short distance from our campus. We've also got great transport links, which is particularly advantageous for our students community, ensuring, effortless and convenient movement within London and even outside of London. Like you're aware, London is the commercial hub of the UK, and then there are so many cultural and social events for your students to take advantage of. Looking at some of our wonderful facilities, we've got the kit store, the materials library, the atelier, the VR, AR rooms, so many and amazing. And then I must also point out state-of-the-art facilities that our students can actually benefit from. The kit store, just to shed more light on that, is a store where we've got numerous equipment for our students, and students are able to kind of rent those equipment free of charge for their use, for their dissertation, for their project, for their thesis, whatever it is they're working on. They can actually go into the kit store and rent those equipment totally free of charge for them. We've also recently been awarded funding to create a center of excellence for emerging technologies, which would include two main labs. We've got the XR lab and then the Smart lab. These labs will house specialist lab-based equipment, and then they would also include high-end graphics capable workstations, laptops, augmented and virtual reality solutions, essential to supporting, next generation of technology subject, basically. In my next video, we will be focusing on our community. Welcome to our community. In this video, we will be talking about our community, looking at some of our students who have been in the spotlight. Now, to talk more about our students in the spotlight, we're looking at, some of the awards that our students have been able to win over the past years or so. We had students who won the Copperbeck Limited Edition 2024, which is this lady you can see on your screen holding the limited edition Copperbeck cider bottle. Now, she participated in this award, and currently she's got a design go on every Copperbeck cider bottle, limited edition cider bottle produced here in the UK. That gives you, some of the opportunities with, like I mentioned, available for students when they come. There is immense collaboration with industry, like I mentioned initially. And then looking at our student life, we've got, student union run societies such as the Freshers Fair, Club and Societies Fair, Donut Stress Fair, Black History Month, and to name a few. We've also got the Content Creation Society, Creative Capital. Students are able to participate in some of the societies, if they find it meets their needs. And I believe societies are actually a great way for students to kind of network and also to socialize. An example of that would be our film society, which currently shows a movie every Tuesday evening, and then this event is actually open to all students regardless of what it is they are studying. So students are actually able to benefit from some of these fairs to kind of socialize and meet with other students. We've got other societies, which includes the gamer societies for those who are interested in games, music society, architecture society, and among many more. Looking at our alumni who have studied here in Ravensbourne University in time past, I'm just going to pick a few of them and just shed more light on them. We've got Claire Witt-Keller. She used to be the creative director at Givenchy and currently owns our own fashion house. She's notable for designing the wedding dress for Meghan Markle. We've also got Jay Oskaby, who designed the London 2012 Olympic torch. We've also got Toolbox, the Creative Studio, set up by one of our alumni, responsible for visuals at Stormzy's iconic headline show at the Glastonbury. We've got Richard Howard, who is Apple's vice president for industrial design. So some of these beautiful designs that you see in the Apple phones are actually all from his stable. We've also got Chris Chalky, award-winning director, writer, and actor who has produced numerous internationally recognized narrative-based music videos. And then one way we've been able to do this, which I did mention in my previous videos, is our staff. Our students will be learning from the best. Our staff bring with them years of experience from industry greats, from looking at companies such as Vogue, to Walt Disney Studios, to BBC, and many more. They will learn from course leaders who have worked in the industry, and many still do. And good thing also is that many of them still own their own practices. They are able to learn from the immense wealth of experience that these people have been able to gather over the years. In my next video, we will be talking about our creative lab. So look forward to that. Because we did talk about how our students will be learning with industry, and then to shed more light on that, I will be looking at what our students will be learning in each year of study. In their first year, it's more like a foundation for them to be able to um, gradually flow into the program, build a base, and then they are able to move on from there. And then in the second year, they will be able to, apply all that they have learned and put that into practice by virtue of their work-based learning. And then in year three, they will be, kind of embed in their practice, and also, for other students who will be looking at furthering their studies, they will be planning their postgraduate trajectory. And just to give you an idea of some of our that we've been able to have, one important one will be the Zaha Hadid Foundation collaboration. Currently, we collaborate with the Zaha Hadid Foundation to create industry-led briefs, design briefs for our students in architecture, interiors, and then urban landscape programs. Now, this competition would offer students the chance to engage with one of the most prolific and prominent architects of our generation, Zaha Hadid. They will be able to conceptualize, do a lot of testing, resolving design projects, which will culminate in public exhibitions at the foundation. So they get to have their projects, their portfolios showcase at the foundation. This is actually was inspired by Zaha Hadid Foundation, and then the foundation champions positive change in architecture, design, and then the arts. We've also been able to collaborate with this image will show you some of our collaborations also with the Bridgerton series, where we had one of our alumni designed the Bridgerton brothers outfit, Colin and Anthony, I believe. Yeah, that gives you an idea of some of the immense collaboration. And one way we've been able to do this is to have an in-house agency here at Ravensbourne University. The in-house agency is called Creative Lab, and then I will talk more about that in my next slide. Now, the Creative Lab is an agency, formed and run by Ravensbourne University students. Now, the next video you will see, my next slide, will shed more light on the Creative Lab and the usefulness for students when they come to Ravensbourne University. Welcome to the next video, which will be more about our industry connections here at Ravensbourne University. In this video, we will be talking about some of our immense collaborations and opportunities available for students when they come to Ravensbourne University. Now, my next slide will show you some amazing collaborations and connections we've been able to build over the years. And these are all available for our students to kind of leverage on when they study here at Ravensbourne Ravensbourne University. We're looking at the likes of AWS, Barclays, BBC, M&S, London Fashion Week, Oracle, the O2, Sony, Sky, and then this list is much more than this. And then to just shed more light on some of these collaborations, our BSc Cybersecurity is in collaboration with AWS, so our curriculum has been designed to fit into the teachings at AWS, which is actually very amazing for students who study BSc Cybersecurity. And then looking at some other industry opportunities for our students, we've also been able to partner with Obama Foundation, we partnership with Nike, and then this involved, some of our students traveling all the way to Chicago, where they were able to participate in collaborations, and then they were also able to design the limited edition jersey for the Chicago Bulls. We also been able to partner with Mima, ITV Building, JWDK, Rockbound in Shanghai. I mean, the list is really, really endless, to be honest. And then looking at some of our fantastic industry connections, recently we had the honorary doctorate degree given to Idris Elba, Tinker Hatfield, June Sapong, Miss Anne Harriman, Walter March, Richard Howard, and Richard Hopton. In my next video, we will be talking about our expertise. What are the courses your students can study here at Ravensbourne? In this video, we will be talking about our expertise, what your students are able to study when they come here to Ravensbourne University, London. And then in my next slide, we're looking at some of our subject areas. We're looking at courses such as animation and games, architecture and built environment, business and management, computing, design, fashion, media, film, TV, and music. And then we've been able to do this by, having our foundation courses. So we've got the foundation, we've got our UG, and then we've got our PG. Now, for the foundation courses, we've got three main streams, which will be in design and media, fashion and textiles, and media production, which your students can study for 1 year and then progress into year one of our program. And then looking at our 4-year undergraduate option for students, we've got 3D animation, advertising, brand design, animation, architecture, business management, digital marketing, digital content creation, fashion buying and brand management, games arts, games design, games development, interior design, environment architectures, and then urban landscape architecture. We've got new courses which will be starting in September 2026. The courses are business computing, information technology management, multimedia, and broadcast journalism. So these are our UG courses available for students who want to come in for UG programs. And then for our PG courses, we're looking at courses such as MBA fashion in business and entrepreneurship, MSc computer science, MSc cybersecurity, MSc cybersecurity management, MA design communication, MA design management, digital marketing, MA fashion digital futures, MA illustration, MSc international fashion marketing, and MA luxury brand management. Just to shed more light on the difference between the cybersecurity and then the cybersecurity management. The cybersecurity management will be for those who haven't got a prior knowledge of cybersecurity but want to go into management later in their career. So that's the major difference. One is for those with prior knowledge of cybersecurity, which is MSc cybersecurity, and the other will be for those without prior knowledge, which will be the MSc cybersecurity management. And then, interestingly, we've got new courses that will be starting in September 2025. That is September 2025 of this year. The courses are MSc Accounting and Finance, MSc Business and Data Analytics, MSc Engineering Management, MSc Event Management, MSc Information Technology Management, MSc International Finance, and then MSc Software Engineering. These courses are all available for September 2025. So your students can actually start applying now, and then we can get the ball rolling. In my next video, we will be talking about accommodation for students who would require accommodation when they come into Ravensbourne University. For your students. Once they get an offer, the accommodation team will immediately be in touch with them to give them different options, and students are able to kind of look through the list and decide on which they prefer. Some of those accommodation are apartments, and then they are as near as 12 minutes walk from campus, so they really will not be spending a fortune on transportation. In my next video, we'll be looking at application and then fees. I know this is very interesting, so it's something to really look forward to. Hello and welcome to Application and Fees segment, where we will be taking you through the timeline of activities or events when a student comes to meet you. So we expect that the student would have done the research, and then you as the counselor are able to guide them on their chosen courses. Now, once that has been sorted out, we expect that you will help them in submitting the applications. Now, applications can be submitted directly via your account, your portal, or you can go on the university website and apply directly. Even for undergraduate courses, you can apply directly on the university website or on your agent's portal. Now, once application has been submitted, we'll go on to portfolio submission. Now, the good thing is for courses that require portfolio, you do not need to have the portfolio before making the submission or submitting the application. You can actually submit the application and then send in the portfolio much later on. Now, once that has been concluded, an assessment will be made by the admissions team, and then in some cases, a chat with an academic will be put in play. Now, once all the stages have all been completed, the student will go ahead to receive their unconditional offer. They get the unconditional offer, they can go ahead to make their deposit payment. Once the deposit has been paid and the university has confirmed that, a CAS will be issued, which they can use to apply for their visa. They apply for their visa and then they fly into the UK and then eventually enroll at the university. Now, taking a look at some of the entry requirements for our foundation and undergraduate program, I would advise that you go on the university website to check the course pages for the requirements relevant to your region. So we've got different entry requirements for different countries. So just go on the university website, navigate to the international section, check the course pages, and then you are able to see the entry requirements for your region. And then for PG students, the requirements are there on your screen. We will typically require a first class, upper second class, lower second class honors degree for students. And then if a portfolio is required, in some cases, we would advise that you put in the portfolio as well. Now, going into our English language requirements. So let's start with the foundation program. Now, for foundation, we will require IELTS academic for UKVI or PTE academic for UKVI. The scores needed are there on your screen, but it's essential to note that it will have to be IELTS academic for UKVI or PTE academic for UKVI. And then for undergraduate degrees, the English language requirement will be IELTS academic, TOEFL IBT academic, or PTE academic. Now for TOEFL, we will not accept home edition. It will have to be at a test center. We've also got our own in-house English test that students can take advantage of. It's called Rave English Test, which the scores required are also there on your screen. Moving on to PG courses, the English language requirement will be IELTS academic, TOEFL IBT academic. Again, the home edition will not be accepted. It will have to be at a test center. PT academic, and then the in-house English test that students are able to take. The scores required for each of those English tests are there on your screen. Please do well to go through that. In my next video, we will be talking about the tuition fees and scholarship opportunities available for your students when they come to Ravensbourne. So I'll meet you in the next video. In this video, we will be talking about the tuition fees. This is actually very, very critical and very, very important for students to know how much it would cost them to come to Ravensbourne University to study. So we will be, looking at all our fees for both the foundation, for the UG, and then for the PG programs. And for our foundation programs, our fees are currently listed as £14,500 for the 2025-2026 intake. So students who come in for foundation will be paying £14,500. And then for UG, our fees are £17,000. For UG programs, our fees are £17,000. And then for PG, for normal masters, which is the MA and then the MSc masters, students will be paying £18,000. And then for the MBA programs, they will be paying £19,500. So these are our fees for the 2025-2026 intake. In my next video, we will be talking about scholarships that will be available for your students when they come into Ravensbourne University. In this video, we will be talking about the scholarships that are available to international students studying here at Ravensbourne University, London. These scholarships will be available for the 2025-2026 intake. So, like I mentioned, they are available to international fee-paying students studying at Ravensbourne University, London. Let's start with the foundation programs. Now, international students who have come into foundation and then progress from our foundation program to our UG program, they will have their fees reimbursed across the 3 years of study. So what that means is the £14,500 which they have paid as their foundation fees will be split into 3. So as soon as they progress into first year at Ravensbourne University, they will have those fees split into 3, and then for each year they will get a part as a discount to their tuition fees. This will be applied across the 3 years of their study. This scholarship is only available for foundation. Now, for undergraduate and postgraduate students, that is students who have come into Ravensbourne University to study for undergraduate and postgraduate program, they will be able to get a £3,500 scholarship. Now, this £3,500 scholarship is automatic. They don't need to send in a separate application. They don't need to send in a personal statement for this. As soon as they get an offer, the scholarship is automatically applied to their tuition fees. So they will get £3,500 scholarship for UG and PG students. Now, I also need to reiterate that this scholarship is not available to foundation. This is only for UG and PG students alone. They will also be able to get a 1,000 early payment discount. So as long as they pay their fees well before the deadline for enrollment dates, they will get an additional £1,000, which can then be combined with the 3,500. So in total, you're looking at students who are able to get a total of £4,500 discount. Just to clarify again, UG and PG students are able to get £3,500, which is automatic. And then they're also able to get a further £1,000 early payment discount. I hope this helps us in recruiting students for Ravensbourne University. But if you've got any questions, if you need clarification regarding anything, the dedicated team at Applyball will be on hand to get in touch and be able to provide solution to whatever inquiry that you may have. Please feel free to always reach out to them regarding any clarification that is needed, regarding any information that is needed, and I'm sure that they will be able to provide those solutions to you guys. Thank you so very much for your time today. Looking forward to a successful recruitment for the 2025-2026 intake. Thank you and take care. Bye.
Welcome to the University of Central Lancashire. This is an overview to introduce you to our university. I'm Sam from our international recruitment team, and it's my pleasure to talk to you about us. From humble beginnings in the 19th century as the institution for the diffusion of knowledge to the present day, our university has grown to be the largest university in Lancashire and third largest in the Northwest. We are home to students from more than 100 countries worldwide, and we offer a friendly, welcoming and supportive environment for those travelling from overseas to study with us. There has been huge campus investment, £200 million in Preston alone, adding new facilities such as the Student Centre and Square. These have won a prestigious regional award from the Royal Institute of British Architects Northwest Awards in 2023 for their sustainability. We also have our state-of-the-art Engineering Innovation Centre with integrated teaching space and the Oasis Faith and Spirituality Centre, all part of our campus master plan. Within international recruitment, you have a fantastic team of colleagues, supported by our Director of International Recruitment, Eula Tang Plowman. We have regional teams across a number of different areas, including Sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, North Africa and Pakistan, South Asia, which includes India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Nepal, and the Americas, North and South, Southeast Asia, the UK, Europe, and Asia Pacific. There is a supporting cast of international officers and our conversion team, alongside our agent and sponsor relationship manager, there to provide you with amazing service throughout the student application journey. Come along with me for more information today about our services and about our university. Hello everyone. This video will talk about our locations, as we happen to be a multi-campus institution here in the United Kingdom. In fact, we started our life in Preston and have since grown the number of our UK campuses. As well as the Preston location, we're based in Burnley in East Lancashire and West Lakes in West Cumbria. We were also honoured to establish the first British university in Cyprus in 2012, having been granted an academic licence by the Cyprus Ministry of Education and Culture. Preston, our main campus, happens to be the best city in the northwest of England to live and work, according to a recent report by PricewaterhouseCoopers and the think tank Demos. It beat out Manchester and Liverpool in the assessment of the UK's largest cities, measuring economic success and personal and family well-being, along with work-life balance. Student Crowd analysed 9,304 reviews submitted by verified students in the last 12 months in each review. Their users rate the cost of living, eating out nightlife, shopping, and public transport in their university location. CompareTheMarket.com has created the ultimate graduate index, analyzing important factors such as job adverts, salaries, monthly rent prices, basic utilities, and the cost of a beer. Our city of Preston also holds Purple Flag status and is the only place in the county of Lancashire to meet the vigorous standards of the award. Purple Flag is an international accreditation program that strives to help create safe and thriving locations at night for all users. The City of Preston has held Purple Flag status since 2011. And our Preston campus couldn't be in a better location within the city, situated within walking distance of the main train station and city centre, which benefits from direct rail links north and south to London, Glasgow, Edinburgh, and to the nearest international airport at Manchester. Compact and friendly, our Burnley-based students get to enjoy the best of both worlds, a fantastic learning experience together with incredible opportunities to socialise, unwind, and embark on adventures. Featuring bright and spacious buildings and cutting-edge facilities, we're situated across 3 sites. Victoria Mill, an iconic Grade 2 listed building located in the historic Weavers Triangle area, Princess Way, shared with Burnley College, and Sandygate Mill. We're also set to expand our campus further following recent acquisition of a 4th site at Newtown Mill. Our student accommodation, Sandygate Hall, offers high-quality student housing. Sandygate has 136 ensuite bedrooms within 29 flats and student hub social areas, which feature flexible working space with comfortable seating and a flat-screen TV. Finally, our West Lakes campus in Cumbria offers global opportunities in the great outdoors. The picturesque campus is based on the West Lakes Science and Technology Park in the tranquil surroundings of West Cumbria, just a stone's throw from Whitehaven. We offer a wide range of innovative and vocational courses in medicine and nursing here. It's a bright, modern learning environment where students have access to state-of-the-art facilities, including clinical skills laboratories. It's also home to the university's National Centre for Remote and Rural Medicine, which trains clinicians in all aspects of medicine relating to living, working, and recreation in remote and rural environments. Following the recent purchase of Summergrove Halls, we are now able to offer convenient student accommodation within walking distance of both the campus and West Cumberland Hospital, where many of our students spend time on placement. Now continue on with me to learn more about student life at our university. Hello everyone, and welcome to our video about student life at the University of Central Lancashire. Where you choose to live when you're studying at university is a huge part of student life. Average monthly rent at the University of Central Lancashire is the 3rd cheapest in the UK and the cheapest in the Northwest. With the average student rent costing in the UK around £535 per month and 63% of students struggling to keep up with their rent, our university provides affordable accommodation in halls starting from under £85 per week. In fact, the average monthly rent at the University of Central Lancashire is 32% less than the national average. We have a wide range of accommodation options which offer great value for money in a safe, vibrant, and inclusive community. We also offer guidance and support for students wishing to choose private student housing. And we guarantee a room in halls on campus for all new full-time students at the Preston campus. University is not just all about learning, but about making friendships and memories that last a lifetime. Our Students' Union has over 100 clubs and societies, and you'll have access to a gym through membership and fitness classes when you study on our Preston campus. This gives you access to our state-of-the-art Sir Tom Finney Sports Centre and Sports Arena. The Sir Tom Finney Sports Centre is home to an outstanding 8-court sports hall, squash court, and 2 exercise studios. Together with a large fitness suite, our sports centre has everything you need to get active. For outdoor sports, our sports arena is just outside the city centre, a short ride on our free shuttle bus. There you'll find an international standard athletics track, cycle track, FIFA and RFU accredited floodlit 3G pitches, various all-weather sports surfaces, tennis and netball courts, and facilities for strength and conditioning. But don't just take my word for it. Here are some of our international students who are enjoying their time at our university. Now feel free to continue with me to learn why students should choose the University of Central Lancashire when studying in the UK. Hello everyone. We know that students have so many choices when considering higher education, especially when going international. So this video is all about why they should choose the University of Central Lancashire. First of all, we have a great range of undergraduate and postgraduate courses available. We also offer foundation courses if students need help meeting the minimum academic or language requirements for a course, and we offer foundation degrees and pre-sessional English language programs. The university also has a fantastic reputation for graduate outcomes, with 90% of international graduates in work or further education. Support-wise, we have been placed in the UK top 3 in the first ever University Mental Health League table, published in June 2022 by Human, the men's mental health movement. It follows a survey of over 7,200 students across 80 universities. It scores on 5 criteria: student satisfaction with mental health services, student engagement, awareness and access to mental health programs, university mental health budgets, and staff training. In addition, we came top for the percentage of students who are the most satisfied with the mental health support available to them, 79%, while 56% of students surveyed thought the university helps to prevent mental health issues arising thanks to the services provided. We know that cost is quite important when deciding on where to study, and one thing to take note of is the fact that a degree in the UK takes less time to complete than in other countries. We are very proud to be the most affordable university in the country according to the Times, but we also believe that opportunity creates success, and that's why we offer a range of attractive bursaries, scholarships, funds and discounts to our prospective students to give them a helping hand along the way. In fact, we've offered over £10 million in scholarships and bursaries in the 2021-22 academic year alone. Additionally, you'll benefit from being taught by academic staff who are leading experts in their field. Many are active researchers or industry experts whose work is making a positive impact on people's lives, from educating deaf students in India to improving maternity care worldwide. Our research staff have collaborated with major international organisations, including the United Nations, World Health Organization, and European Space Agency. As well as contributing to policy and practice, they are often sought out by the world's media for their expertise. Students can also benefit from joining a university that's achieved the highest standards for developing career prospects with 5 QS star rating. According to the QS University rating system, our academic excellence with real-world teaching offers talented graduates amazing opportunities, and they are in high demand across the world. We also have specialist career support, like our law students, for example. Our School of Law and Policing was shortlisted for outstanding contribution to work experience in the National Undergraduate Employability Awards 2020, recognizing our success in securing work experience opportunities within the legal profession. Hello everyone. One of the key features of the University of Central Lancashire is that we provide a huge amount of resources for both students, their families and counsellors to assist in guiding them to the right course, understanding about our accommodation, our student life. There is so much available to them. So I'll just highlight a few of our detailed resources here for you today. What we would always advise is that our website is our go-to location for our most up-to-date information. There's also our social media channels as well. Our international student page has a plethora of information and also includes specific country and regional pages so that you can identify the exact entry requirements and bursaries and scholarships available to those student nationalities. We also have an amazing virtual experience for students where they can identify the exact study level and subject area, which will then populate exact detailed information relevant to that specific course. This provides a tour of facilities, but can also provide a tour of accommodation and our city and campus locations. We also have our Discover pages, which focus on the 7 core brands of our academic portfolio, which range from art through business, computing and engineering, health, justice, and sport provision. We also have our subject pages, which are dedicated to each of our courses across our entire portfolio, from undergrad to postgrad and CPD and research. These pages include detailed information on the specific modules that students will be studying, including both compulsory and optional modules. This can really support prospective students in understanding the breadth and level of detail that each of our courses goes into. You can also understand how we assess them on these courses and also understand more about our learning resources for each program. There are also detailed entry requirements specific for the course, in addition to those entry requirements that can be found on our country pages. What we would always advise, not only students and carers and families, but our counsellor network, is that you familiarise yourself with our information on our website as the most up-to-date and informative source of information for the University of Central Lancashire. If you ever have any queries at all, do feel free to reach out to our international recruitment team, who will be more than happy to assist you in securing the information you need to guide students to us. Now, follow me for our final summary about the University of Central Lancashire. Thank you for coming on this journey of discovery with me to learn all about the University of Central Lancashire. We know that there is so much information out there in the world about not only our institution, but so many institutions globally. That's why I just wanted to briefly summarise some key highlights and points about the University of Central Lancashire for you to take away. Remember, we're a large institution in the northwest of the United Kingdom, home to a thriving international community of over 42,000 students of staff from over 100 different nationalities. We pride ourselves on our community support for students, ensuring that they have all the tools necessary for them to be successful, not only in education, but also in work and in life. Our state-of-the-art teachers
this session with me. My name is Yatin Gupta, and I'm the International Manager for Partnerships and Recruitment at Harper Adams University. It's a real pleasure to connect with you all today who play such an important role in helping students to find their right university. The aim today is to give you a clear and practical overview about what makes Harper Adams University such a special place for students. I want you to feel confident and excited when you talk to students and parents about us. So let's get started and explore all the opportunities and support Harper Adams has to offer. So this slide is a snapshot of where the future of agriculture and technology converge. Harper Adams University has been quite a powerhouse since 1901, growing from a humble agricultural college to a global leader in agricultural innovation. At Harper Adams, we don't just teach our students about the challenges facing our planet, we empower them to solve those challenges. Our projects like Hands-Free Farm, Hands-Free Hectare are real-world demonstration of how technology can create a more sustainable, efficient, and equitable food system. We offer a wide range of cutting-edge facilities, including Agritech Innovation Hub, our Future Farm, and vet education centers. We also have a dedicated farm education center, a food academy, and the state-of-art teaching and research labs. For those interested in researching insects, our entomology center is one of the best in the country. And we have a collaborative simulation lab at engineering school for those with techie minds. So overall, it's an inspiring place for students to learn, grow, and prepare for their future career. Thank you. See you for the other slides for speaking about our history. Hi. So let's speak something about our history. How did a small agricultural college become a global leader in food agriculture and engineering? What's the history behind it? So it all started back 124 years before in 1901, when the college opened to the 6 students in April 1901. The college consisted of the main building and a 178-acre of farm on its doorstep. We got the power to award research degree in 2006, and we achieved full university status in 2012. And next year, in 2026, we're going to celebrate our 125 years of making the difference. And now let's take a moment to look at what really sets Harper Adams apart. Our university is recognized nationally and internationally for quality. We are ranked #1 in the UK for job prospects and also #1 for agriculture and forestry employer reputation. We have an impressive 97.5% graduate employment rate, showing just how successful our students after they leave us. We are also in the top 10 universities in the Midlands and have been awarded TEF Gold rated for teaching excellence. These hallmarks of quality show why Harper Adams University is such a great choice for students and why we are so proud to represent it. Here you can see the leadership of our university. Our Chancellor is Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal, and our Vice Chancellor is Professor Ken Sloan. Their guidance and expertise help shape the vision and the success of our university. And what's our mission? So these are not just words on your slides. They are the driving force behind everything we do at Harper Adams. Our mission is to create a world where no one goes hungry, our carbon footprint should shrink, animals are treated with respect, and our resources are used wisely. So in terms of the location, we have two sites. Our main campus is set in the beautiful countryside near Edgemont, and our new site is in Telford, both located within Shropshire in the West Midland region. The Telford town was named after the renowned civil engineer Thomas Telford, also known as Father of Civil Engineer, who played a key role in shaping the infrastructure of the region. The Edgemont campus is our established home for agriculture, food, and business studies, while the Telford site is focusing on digital and technology courses. Telford is renowned for its strong ties to the Industrial Revolution and its also role as a planned new town. It's also famous for the Iron Bridge, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the world's first cast iron bridge. And the West Midland boasts the largest economy among the UK combined authority, with Shropshire's economy growing faster than most of other areas in the region. It's literally right in the center, combining the best of city life and the countryside with an affordable cost of living. You will find modern shopping centers and excellent transport links, while, while beautiful parks and scenic countryside walk are just minutes away. And when we are saying we are literally centrally located, we are really well connected, making it easy for students to travel from across the UK and beyond. We are just 15 minutes away from Telford railway station and 25 minutes away from Stafford. Our new site, Telford campus, is literally 5 to 10 minutes walk from the Telford railway station, giving you the direct train links to the major cities like London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Liverpool. For international travel, Birmingham International Airport is just an hour's drive away, and Manchester Airport is also not too far. It's just about an hour and 10 minutes. So this accessibility makes Harper Adams University a practical choice for students wherever they are coming from. At Harper Adams, we offer a diverse range of subject areas that reflects our strength and industry connections. Our courses cover agriculture, animal science and zoology, business management, environment conservation, and property management. We also specialize in engineering, data science, and future technology, vet-related courses, and food and tech. So let's talk about some of our high demand courses for international students. Let's start with engineering, where we do have agricultural engineering, mechanical engineering, automotive engineering, robotics and mechatronics, data science with artificial intelligence, and data science for agri and food. Our bachelor's program are 3 years in duration with an optional placement year, and our master's program are 1 year. Please note, we are not currently promoting the placement year for 2025 summer intake for the international students. Now let's talk about the business. In business, we do have agribusiness management, digital business management, food business management, international agribusiness, and rural property and real estate management. And under zoology, we do have applied zoology, zoology with entomology, and zoology with environmental management. You could discover all of our courses by scanning this QR code on your screen. Thank you. So now let's speak about our English requirement and academic requirement. Although, let's speak about our admissions requirements. So as you can see on your screen, our English entry requirement, you will notice they are quite lenient. We'll require an IELTS score of around 6.0 overall with no less than 5.5 in any component. A PTE score of 65 with a minimum of 59 in each section and a TOEFL score of 80 with minimum of 18 in reading, 17 in listening, 20 in speaking, and 17 in writing. We also offer an English exam waiver for students from certain countries, such as India, where students with 70% in English from national boards like CBSE and ICSE or 80% from selected state boards can qualify. For a full up-to-date list of eligible countries and the latest English requirement, please scan the QR code on your screen. Now let's start by looking at our UG entry requirements. For most of our BSc programs, you will need A-level grade between 96 and 120 UCAS points. For our MEng program, you will need around 136 UCAS points at A-level. And just to clarify, our MEng is an integrated master course, which means you can't apply directly to an individual MEng program. Instead, students need to enter through our UG engineering course. On the slide, you will also see the requirements for students from a few key countries. For example, students from India need 60% overall in their high school exams for most BSc courses, with at least 60% in math and physics for technical courses. And for entry to our MEng, it's 65% overall and 65% in maths and physics. Please note that these are general guidelines. Some courses may have higher or additional requirement, especially in certain subject areas. So for full details of entry requirements on each of our courses, including any subject specific or any additional criteria or any additional country, please check our website or the individual course page, or you can check it clearly on ApplyBoards platform. Now for PGT academic requirement, for each country, as you can see, the qualification needed to meet either UK lower second class or upper second class bachelor's degree equivalent. For example, applicants from India need at least 60% in their bachelor's degree for an upper second class equivalent, or 55% for a lower second class equivalent. Just to mention again that these are general guidelines and some courses may have higher or additional requirements. So for full details and for any other countries, please check our website or the individual course pages. So let's speak about the cost, the accommodation cost. As we mentioned earlier, both Edgemont and Telford offers a really affordable cost of living. As you can see on your screen, here at the main Harper Adams campus, our accommodation options are both comfortable and budget friendly. For international students, a self-catered single room is just £4,468 for 42 weeks. And a self-catered shared room is even more affordable. It's just £3,473 for 42 weeks. According to the recent accommodation survey by Save the Student, a well-respected independent student money advice organization in the UK, the national average cost for student rent in the UK is £563 per month. The survey also highlights Harper Adams University, where our average monthly accommodation cost comes about £466 per month, noticeably lower than the national average. And how you can apply. So once you have accepted your offer to study at Harper Adams, you will be able to apply for accommodation online. Rooms are allocated on a first come first served basis, so it's a good idea to apply as soon as possible. To secure the room, students need to pay a £300 deposit within 7 days of receiving the accommodation offer. This deposit is fully refundable at the end of the tenancy, provided there are no damages or outstanding charges. And when it comes to paying for the accommodation, students have two options. They could pay the full amount upfront, which qualifies them for a £100 discount, or they could pay in 3 installments over the academic year, 39% in the first term, 33% in the second, and 28% in the third. Hi. So at Harper Adams, we know that supporting our students goes far beyond the classroom. The slide on your screen highlights the wide range of support services available to available to help our students to thrive during their time here at Harper. Student facing hardship can take benefits of our financial support to help with living and course cost, including access to the learning fund. Our counseling services is also here for anyone who needs someone to talk to, whether it's about university life or it's about any personal matter. We also provide comprehensive well-being and mental health support to help our students to adjust to their new routine and culture and challenges. For students who need some extra help with their studies, our academic support team can assist with study strategies and guidance. And finally, we are committed to empowering every student, regardless of disability, to reach their full potential through tailored support and resources. So, whatever the need, we are here to make sure our students feel supported every step of the way. Now, let's talk about the student life and support at the university. At Harper Adams, there's so much more to student life than just studying. Social life is a big part of Harper experience, with regular events like film night, comedy shows, and the legendary Big Wednesday parties. All of this help them meet and understand new people and make the most of their time in the university. So our campus is packed with sports and leisure facilities, including a fully equipped gym, sports hall, dance and aerobic studio, squash courts, and floodlit pitches. You will find club and teams for everything from rugby, football, cricket, and hockey to motorsport, shooting, and even archery. Beyond sports, our union run a huge variety of societies. Whether the students is interested in music, conservation, gaming, or wants to join a cultural or international group, there is something for everyone. Thank you. This year, we are excited to offer generous scholarship for our international students. We understand that scholarships are about more than just a financial support. They are also a great way to help build students' confidence and strengthen their CVs. As you can see on your screen, for 2025, we have some excellent opportunities. PG students can receive £5,000 of their tuition fee, and UG students can receive £3,000. These scholarships are applied to the total tuition fee for the first year of the study only. Additionally, students requiring visa sponsorship having two payment options, they could pay the full year tuition fee in advance and can receive a 5% discount, or can pay in 3 installments with the first payment due before the CAS is issued. Thank you. This slide highlights our outstanding career and placement support. Our dedicated placement and career team are based on campus, guiding students every step of the way as they plan their future. We offer personalized advice on CVs, job applications, and interview preparation, along with one-to-one career coaching and practical workshops. Students can also benefit from regular careers and placement fairs, plus access to our dedicated job portal to find exciting opportunities. We help students find part-time work that fits around their studies so they can gain valuable experience while at university. At Harper, we are committed to helping every student to achieve their career goal from day one, and our impressive ranking and graduate employment rates truly back this up. So that's it for this. Thank you for your time and for being a valued partner in supporting students' journey. If you have any question or need further information, please feel free to contact us at the email address shown on the screen. My name is Yatan Gupta, and I look forward